Welcome back to Goddess Nakbalan. 888 Spirit AI. This is the continuation of your love reading for the love runes. So this is really a love focus love rune message. It felt like it was two-part because the first one I did was I had to stop, and then I'm always interrupted, of course, because there's toddlers in the house. And I try to get a lot of quiet time, but a lot of times when I do, I'm resting. So I wanted to continue when there was quiet. Hopefully I'm not interrupted, because that really kind of throws me off. I really do like to be centered in every way, mentally, physically, and especially in my space. So I just wanted to say that, and we're gonna go ahead and continue. So I feel like your takeaway is gonna be a love path that begins with hesitation but ends in clarity, with truth and victory. So I feel like a block and a fear around the love for Eihwaz, which was reversed, and then a shift in movement and partnership for Ehwaz. And then I feel like a destined progression or your journey together with Raidho or Raidho. And so Ansuz is more like a moment of honest communication and a divine connection in your message. And so I feel like the final, I want to say the summary of your outcome with your partner, which is divinely aligned, because I felt very light when I was channeling the message. So I feel like there's strength, commitment, and a lot of triumph. So it's a victorious love, because this is a love that you've been waiting for, and it's a love story. I feel like this is a love story that begins with doubt. It's a bit messy, but then it becomes aligned, guided, and successful once you communicate your truth to each other. It could be for you or your person, as far as the action goes, with speaking your truth. Also, if you will, I'm just gonna go ahead and go more into the interpretation. So I feel like with Eihwaz, the fear of loss and emotional block with avoidance. So there's endurance that is deeply rooted. Spiritual maturity shows up, but the hesitation and the love, the fear of being hurt again, avoiding your vulnerability, feeling stuck and unsure on how to move forward, is a past wound. It's very much something that you need to work on and heal, because this is keeping you from your love. This is keeping you from getting with your future partner and being happy and letting go of the worry. Of course, we are, as human beings, especially in this time where dating and everything, everyone is opposed to it. You hear that the dating pool has pee in it, all this kinds of stuff. So I understand the hesitation, but at the same token, you're doing a disservice to yourself, right? So I just wanted to say that that is that guarded. It's nothing wrong with guarding yourself, but when you're guarding yourself to the point where you're not being your true self, is the problem. I feel like this energy you or your person are starting from a heart that wants the connection. You want the connection, but you're being guarded. That's what's happening here. You do not want to break free of that pain, and I know it hurts. You know, I understand how you feel, because the simple fact that I'm kind of similar to that effect of you're scared to move on. You're scared. You know, and it is scary. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that love is not scary, but sometimes you have to take a chance. And this is definitely giving me a love story vibe. Also, I feel like the partnership, there's trust, and you guys are gonna be so loyal. It's a shared movement for sure. Okay, two people learning to trust each other, progress after stagnation. Because you're keeping yourself stagnant to the point where you have to shift from the fear. You have to have willingness. You have to say that, either one of you have to decide, I'm willing to try this love. I'm willing to try this love. Okay? You have to break free. And I know it's hard, because I can feel the stiffness in my body, which is your willingness not to move forward. Okay? So also too, I feel like with the traveling, your journey, the divine time, and the forward motion, I feel as though the connection moves forward naturally. The relationship enters a new phase, and then this purpose to this journey together. Okay, now that both hearts are moving, the path can unfold, but you have to put in action, and events start happening in order once you do so. Okay, for Ansuz, this is more like a revelation. It's very spiritual, because you're gonna feel it when you come together. A meaningful conversation. You guys are gonna have some deep conversations. Those long conversations where you're like not even realizing you guys been on the phone for an hour, 2 hours, because the connection is strong. Expressing your feelings, your true feelings, okay? Not the representative, not the one that shows up before the 90-day probation, because I always feel like we are representations in the beginning, because we're always trying to advocate and advertise in a way like, advocating or putting your marketing, I am this and I am that, and instead of showing action. So I feel like we all go through that period where the representative shows up, and then finally you get to meet the main character, in introductory. We all go through that part, and I feel like that's so weird, and I feel like we follow trends. I think we live in a movie, kind of cinematic, following things that we see, on the internet. I feel like that's what's causing a lot of people to not fully connect, because we're so worried and we're in our head, and then we're worried about other people's relationship goals and things like that. We don't know these people, and then you look at these people, and you're trying to emulate or be of example of someone you don't know in person, right? And that's cute and it's beautiful, and we're like, oh, we're so googly eyed on what we're seeing, that is presented to us, but really it is not reality. Okay, so I feel like once you get all that foolishness out your head and just be yourself, okay, because this person loves you for you regardless of You gotta go with the gusto here. Okay. Also, I feel that as there's gonna be a confession, an apology, right? I feel like with the revelation, that's why I feel like it's spiritual when it comes to the communication when you see the telephone here for Ansuz. And then your spirit guiding you through the signs and dreams, intuition. You're going to get confirmation. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your body when you're around this person. Excuse me. Um, Everything is going to become very clear, okay? And the words unlock everything that the fear which is keeping you stagnant and stuck, okay? Also, too, for Tiwaz, and I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap it up and then give you my final thoughts. So I feel like because you're strong, and this is for you, not the person, you're strong, and you always seek justice. You're very devoted, and you love victory. So you feel like you don't want disappointment, okay? And I feel like that's what's keeping you from moving forward, okay? So you gotta let it go. You gotta let that go, because that's really what's keeping you from moving forward. And also the courage that your courage is definitely going to replace the fear. Once you put that out there, it's definitely going to come forward. You just got to trust yourself and know that this person will fall in alignment with you once you be honest with this person. Okay, the bond is going to strengthen your truth, both of your truths. But love wins, okay, and it does conquer all. Love wins because both people choose it, right? It's a hard work, but I feel like you will get through this once you guys are honest, okay? And stop looking through the rose-colored glasses here. That's what's keeping you from not reaching that potential that you really truly want, but because of fear, you're like, okay, no, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be committed because people play too much games, and I know where you're coming from, but you don't want to be like me, okay? And when I say like that, is that you letting the fear and the pain outweigh you being with someone because you're like, okay, there's no fairy tales here. This is real life, and I feel that there's nothing gonna come of this because people play so much mind games. I just want you to release that as well. I'm still healing mine, so me being a lone wolf, it's safer for me in my head. I'm very guarded, and one day I'll probably break free. But for you is what I want to say. I don't want to add myself, but I'm just saying, like, you just don't want to be stuck on that, like, not trying to be one with someone because of this fear. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So reversed Ehwaz for you begin with a heart that's been hurt, of course, guarded and unsure. But the energy shifts, the movement, the trust, the partnership begin to form with Ehwaz. And as the connection starts to progress in a destined, guided way with Raidho, and then the powerful conversation or spiritual message brings clarity. And then with Tiwaz, you have your strength, your devotion, and you wanting a success outcome. Okay, so I feel like that's what we're going to focus on. You trying to get to that point where you peel that layer of fear and you go forward. Okay? And your heart is going to bloom. your hands over your heart. Okay, and you just have to say, my heart is guarded, but it begins to open. Okay, say it with me. A guarded heart begins to open. Love grows when truth is spoken. Emotional walls soften, allowing connection to deepen. Your heart is a garden. Let it bloom. Your heart blooms in your presence. Love blooms the heart to continue to show up and be present. Okay, I'm going to say it again. A guarded heart begins to open. Love grows when truth is spoken. Emotional walls soften, allowing connection to deepen. Okay? So, again, the fear and the hesitation, the emotional blockage, your heart is ready to open again. The heart is blooming. Partnership energy meets blooming love. Two people begin moving in sync. Raidho, the heart bloom, the journey as you see the plane flying and traveling to the part where you are going to be committed and moving forward together. It's going to be a very meaningful love. A conversation, the confection. Yeah, maybe it's going to be sweet. Confection sugar. It's going to be like because confections is a powdered sugar. That's what came to me. So, and a conversation or a confession unlocks the bloom, right? Words become the water that feeds the connection. So it's gonna be fluid. It's not gonna be something that you have to work hard for or force. And then so Tiwaz, the last one, commitment, courage, victory, the bloom becomes a bond. Okay. A love connection that begins with fear, transform into partnership, destiny, truth, and victory. The heart bloom confirms that the emotional opening is the key that activates the entire journey. Okay, I wrote this down, and it's very beautiful, the only I did feel like the shadow surrender, which is you releasing your fear and letting your heart be seen, is gonna surrendering. I apologize. It's gonna surrender the wound that's blocked up. Okay, so shedding that fear that once blocked love, the shadow wound is ready to be surrendered. So please, okay, clinging to the old pain is not gonna help. Avoiding vulnerability, it's okay to feel, I know a lot of people like get out your feelings, and all that. And that's not for you, okay? And like I said, this is an old school love because, Sarah, what happened to you and I? Oh, Sarah, what happened to you and I? So please, all right, love is beautiful. I like I said, I live vicariously through people that I see online. I watch movies, and I know that's kind of maybe sounds strange, but just watching and feeling, I still have feelings, but I feel like that's what you need. You're trying to control the outcome, and you need to stop it. Okay, trust this ignition. I know people don't like to be vulnerable, but I just feel like that's what's stopping you, right? And your shadow is not your enemy. It's just a doorway to the union. We all have that dark side, light, dark. It's part of our human components in in our DNA. Okay, so I just feel like that is the end of it. All right. If this resonated with you, claim it. That this is alchemy. This is a union path. This is a cosmic fire. All right. Don't let this passion pass you by. Okay. is definitely a soul bond. Most definitely. You gotta activate it, ignite this. Your souls remember each other. I feel like um, if you let it guide you, you know, it's gonna be bomb.com. I know that's corny, but it's gonna be bomb. The spark is alive. You know what I'm saying? Don't delay it. All right. That is the message. That was part 2 to part 1. All right, and I want to say peace, love, and light, and abundance to the family, baby, all day long, 24/7, 25/8. Okay, peace.